Hello everyone, it's Jack here again and welcome back to Jack's Mangaverse. As the end of the season approaches, Dandadan keeps throwing us curveballs with its pacing. Episode 10 of the second season introduces the character of Kinta Sakata, with a major retcon that takes us back to episode 5 of the first season. His appearance seems designed for comedic relief, leaning into the stereotypical otaku character while simultaneously setting the wheels in motion for the new arc. Finally, we're also introduced to a new mysterious entity with a connection to Okarun's missing golden ball. I think that's enough for an introduction, so let's dive together into episode 22 of Dandadan. Continuing with the school life dynamics of the last episode, we're introduced to this new character as he prepares for school. Radiating confidence and full of personality, he gets ready after waking up and walks to a school where all his confidence suddenly turns off and he becomes just another student. We see Okarun waiting for Momo and overthinking how to say hello, which may give many of you a sense of deja vu. This feeling is completely founded, as the first 6 minutes of the episode actually retcon many of the events we saw in episode 5 of the first season, when Okarun and Momo accidentally bump into each other and share a quote-unquote kiss. Kinta Sakata seems to idolize Momo and doesn't understand how Okarun can be so close to her. We see him trying to get noticed by Okarun in different ways until he gets frustrated, approaches him directly, and asks him about his secret. He wants to know how is it possible that Okarun is so close to Momo and is so popular with the ladies. The conversation veers off topic when Momo enters the scene and drops the news that she may have finally found Okarun's missing golden ball. The blunt way she speaks about it surprises Sakata, and for him, it's both intriguing and fascinating how Momo can talk so freely about something so lewd with Okarun. Sakata, trying to make sense of what he sees and hears, wrongly concludes that Okarun's secret is to have spicy talk with girls, a misunderstanding that will lead him to try his best to say this kind of stuff to Momo later in the episode. However, things don't end here. The class president suddenly intervenes, scolding Momo for interrupting and forcing Okarun to do what she wants. Although it is a misunderstanding, it reinforces Sakata's perception of Okarun's popularity with the girls, and we're shown how the class president and Momo strongly argue about what Okarun should or shouldn't be doing during the break. The discussion ends with Sakata trying to blend in with a spicy comment and failing miserably. Later, while Okarun and Momo are searching for the missing golden ball, Momo makes Okarun realize how cool he seems to be now and how this has gradually changed others' perception of him. However, there is no time for romance here. Okarun's golden ball is nearby, and they move on to the apartments where it's being sighted. Unbeknownst to both of them, Sakata follows closely behind, convinced that he will finally discover Okarun's secret to being popular with the beautiful girls. Spoiler, this goes terribly wrong for him. When they find the golden ball, Sakata is attacked by the mysterious entity guarding it, prompting our heroes to step in and try to drop the ball. However, as we soon see, it's much harder than it looks. A dangerous and invisible entity is protecting it. Okarun and Momo can't see their enemy, but they are sure something is there, so they decide to chase it at full speed. They dodge, they weave, and they try to get a hold of the golden ball, but they just can't catch the erratic object that moves through the apartment hallways. The main problem is that they can't see their adversary. This is where Kinta Sakata intervenes. Our eccentric new character decides to help them with their problem, immediately charging at the invisible enemy. At first glance, it seems like a senseless suicidal action, but Sakata deduces that the enemy is using a kind of optical camouflage. This system works by projecting a visual illusion, but it has its limitations. When observed from several angles simultaneously, the camouflage breaks. This discovery changes the rules of the game. Thanks to Sakata's deduction and some teamwork, the three of them manage to break the camouflage, and for the first time, they can see the enemy. Okarun and Momo follow Sakata's strategy, and together they successfully land an attack on the creature. However, their apparent triumph doesn't last long. Just when they think they have gained the upper hand, the entity finally reveals its true form. It's not just a ghost or a random spirit, this time it's something bigger and more serious. They are facing a Kaiju, which by the way, looks like an origami-made Greymon for me. The monster suddenly becomes huge, putting the whole city in danger. A scene that hints that the next episode will be full of action, and this time Kaiju action. And well guys, that was it for the episode. It was a somehow bittersweet episode since it introduces a new character and a new villain, but it makes us relive many scenes from episode 5 while retconning the story. I really like the way Sakata tries his best to blend in and phase. It's absurd and lame, but that's exactly what makes it so comical. I will give the episode a 7 out of 10 due to the retconning and recycling of the scenes. And now, what about you? Do you like the way Sakata was introduced, or do you enjoy the fight between Momo and the class president in front of Okarun and Momo? Let me know what you think in the comments. Don't forget to give this video a like to help me keep growing my channel, and I'll see you in the next one.